The girl behind the counter, Omkar Khandirkar. I leaned over the parapet of the balcony of my apartment on the 15th floor. The preparations for the evening bhajan ritual had begun. I deduced from the escalating hum downstairs. The building watchman was arranging grey Nilkamal chairs in a semicircle between a sleek red Honda and a black Chevrolet SUV. I looked back up at the jumble of skyscrapers. Yardley Gardens was one of Mumbai's plussed townships that my family had recently relocated to from the humble cowbell of Nashik. The westward sun made me sweat and withdrew to my cushy sea-backed bamboo swing. Resuming the novel in my hand, there was few things as relaxing as evening breeze tickling you while you turn the delicious page of Edgar's The White Tiger. It was now nearing 6, and I could hear the boys playing football downstairs. In spite of wanting to join them, I stubbornly clung on my novel. I didn't want to open I didn't want to open my mouth and make fool of myself. I remembered reading it. It is better to stay silent and be thought wise than open your mouth and be proven foolish. Or was it the other way round? Immaterial, I wasn't leaving. My 10th standard was to start in a few days' time. You could say I was little nervous. The relocation was a little bit of, like they say, a cultural shock to me. My father had taken up a new job that offered thrice the pay of previous, along with a horde of benefits like company quarters at this place, a Tata sedan, and a discount coupons at various dining joints. A personal pizza was no more to be shared by the family. The visit to the restaurant no more meant strict decorum of mere dal, a paneer sabji, and a roti. I could unblinkingly order appetizers to overpriced coke without warning eyebrows. Just the very thought of them now made me hungry. I got up from the swing. So I got up from the swing. Ma, can I have some money? I want to go out, eat something. I shouted as I went inside the house. Why do you want to go outside? The voice came from the living room. I spotted her knitting red and white yarn balls by her side. Your grandmother has packed us some, mom. These kids of today, she muttered without annoyance. She was quite jovial even ever since we would moved in. And in spite of being the unwilling kitchen recluse that she was, she made me take a plate of parathas to both our neighbors without paying any heed to my. But what do I say to them? What happened next is something I fervently hope that 20 years later I will look back and laugh at. She set aside the half-finished scarf from my grandmother's and fished her hand into her purse that hung by my hung by the armrest of the couch. All this we stayed with my grandparents in my native town. There was a non-stop bickering between my mother and grandma. The day we left, I sneaked a look at my mother crying in my grandma's lap, and usually stoic lady that my grandma is. Even she couldn't hold back the Ganges streaming down from her eyes. Uh, don't spend all of it, she said. A crisp 100 rupee note from which Gandhiji grinned at me. The elevator's doors opened to a shockingly electric environment. I mean, when you come to such a colony, you expect people to be silent and want, what's the word, sophisticated to the point of being considered. Correct. But with the noise these kids made with their ringa ringa and catch and hopscotch and whatnot, I almost felt like I was back in Nasik. I avoided eye contact and went to the main gate. The path to the street was blocked by the team of sweaty t-shirt and delirious outcries of boys of my age and less playing football. Let me tell you something about me and football. First, I hate this game. Second, and by no way because of the first pointer, I'm no good at it. Although that doesn't stop me from admiring a good game when I see one, and admire I did the far guy in the midfield as he dribbled the ball between his legs. A tall stick lurched towards him. Our fatso quickly defected to his left and furiously kicked at the ball at a scared teenager who turned reflexively to his side. The ball hit his elbow. Hand. The fatso screamed in delight and duly encased the free kick. I was impressed. I looked at them from the distance, hoping they would notice and call me over. Maybe they were too engrossed in the game, or maybe they didn't care about a stranger gawking at them. I stood unheeded, singing. I made my way to the exit. Spencer Mall is more of a two-floored convenience store. I was thrilled to spot an escalator and hopped right on. The first floor hosts a small cafeteria consisting of three chairs each around circle wooden table. There's a glass counter on the left where you get the best Frankies in town. Confession: I had no idea what Frankie were. I wondered if they were so expensive that it would drive my pride of being loaded away. At the first floor, one takes a U-turn to face the cafeteria. I occupied one of the empty tables and studied the menu. The, the contents were reassuring. A basic vegetarian Frankie cost around 40 and went up to 55 if you wanted many fancy fillings. Szechuan paneer Frankie command, commanded my interest. I went to place an order at the glass top counter, and there she was. She was. And there she was, man. The girl behind the counter. The title of the story. The girl behind the counter. Omkar Khandelkar. At the first floor. The girl behind the counter. Hi, and what would you like to have today? She smiled at me affably. It was just, it was almost a smile of recognition, as if she had been privileged to have known me since ages, and that I was her favorite customer. A bit on my braces, her perfect, purely white, probably never needed dental treatment. The thick and slick black trenches almost shone, and one lock of her hung cutely on her dusky face. Her eyes were everything. The on-screen actors, soon to and poet writes poetlets about. You get it, don't you? She was probably a few years older than me and wore a black t-shirt and black t-shirt that reads Joyce Frankie. I tried to power up, speak up. I screamed inside and mentally rehearsed what I had to say. Just order as you would normally do and say thank you when you get it. How hard it how hard is it? A question popped in my head. How is stage one pronounced? C and H are silent. Do came the answer. How can two consecutive letters be silent? I wondered. Well, it just sounds better, doesn't it? Says one. I reasoned, but this is taking too long, way beyond the line that separates a customer from this pint-sized nincompoop. And what was that? Sweat on my forehead? Oh my God. Sir, the girl asked unflinchingly, her expression intact. I hoped she wasn't just pretending to be calm while hunting for her alarm button under the counter. One plate Szechuan paneer Frankie, I said, and instantly felt proud that I didn't stutter, stutter, frank, stutter smooth. I praised myself. That would be 50 rupees, sir. She looked into my eyes, smiling all the while. I must tell you, gentle readers, that continuous eye contact is worse than brow-beating. You see, girls are not intimidating, only pretty ones are. I understand I sound shallow, but I call upon the poverty license. Yours truly is no exception to this rule. I feigned interest in the pile of tissues in the waste bin behind her as I dug into my pocket. Finally, I produced the 100 rupees note and extended my hand to pay. At the same time, she stretched her too and ended up accidentally touching my fingers. I cringed as my finger tringed, as my finger triggered, feeling like a biscuits that been dunked in the tea a bit too long. I went back to table, the eyes squeezed shut hard. Excuse me, sir. I heard a voice in a couple of minutes. It was her voice. She meant me. Me? On Szechuan Paneer Frankie. Once an Szechuan Paneer Frankie. She gave me a roll with salad and a cubes of cottage cheese and lathered with sauce and a gravy peeking out of the open end. She had pronounced Szechuan as Szechuan. In spite of this culinary wonder in front of me, my heart sank. I felt like stabbing myself with a spoon. Smooth. Thank you, sir, she said. Hope to see you again. That night I slept, smiling ear to ear, in spite of having absolutely no dream involving hers. I woke up fresh as deodorant. I woke up as fresh as deodorant. Wow. A girl behind the counter. Omkar Khandelwal. The next day, I borrowed a 50 from mother and pressed the elevator button. The same noise on the ground floor lobby. The same guys playing football, this time a penalty shootout. I saw Fatso taking his position in the D and stopped walking. It was the tall stick taking aim this time. Daddy, I screamed in the goalkeeper from Fatso team. The next instant, the ball was kicked and Festo used brute force and jerked aside the guys from the opposing team, standing on the both side and jumping high, his head deflecting the ball to a corner. Fall, fall, Ali's hysterical bench. Festo couldn't care less and bent double laughing. Tall stick pushed him to the ground, but Fatso was clearly having a time of his life. I grinned at him and I was impressed again. The same traffic in the same pedestrian, the same road, the same mall, and the same first floor. The same Frankie girl, bless her. I walked up to her and went straight to the counter. Today I had taken a special measures to make myself presentable. I was wearing my best pair of shoes and my wrist sported father's metal strap Sonata watch. I had taken a pain of applying a small amount of face powder, just the perfect amount that separates complexion from makeup. My gait was confident and tone smooth. I went up directly at the counter and ordered without referring to the menu. She gave me her own she gave me her known used since ages smile and asked me to take a seat. Since there was hardly any customer, the mood was relaxed. I took the seat facing her, carefully not too loud. She was epitome of effortless graces. The way she fluently dealt with cash and her eased out demeanor as she mimicked of one of her colleagues. The elegance with which her features added every word of hers. The voice that wafted like an elixir to the ears. The more I observed, the more I was drawn towards her. Asked what her name is, I scolded myself. It it wouldn't compromise that national security, but I knew I wouldn't. I dreamed the moment I would finish my role and walk back. Finally, she summoned me and I went up to the counter. Taking the frekkie, I turned back. I wanted to disappear from the spot that made me feel like a coward. I hurriedly walked to the escalator. Even when I heard a minor commotion in the background, I didn't bother to check it like I even cared. I was just stepping on it. I felt a pat on my shoulder. It was her. My heart violently jolted into seesaws. She smiled at me, the same sunny smile. I smiled back stupidly, not knowing what else to do. Sir, you forget to pay, she said. Oh my God, ब्लंडर कर दिया ना. बताने गया था ब्लंडर हो गया. As I lay on my bed that night, I wonder how could have been so foolish. I wonder how I could have been so foolish. It was embarrassing. Or was it? She gave no other indication of my lapse. What she did was exactly the opposite. She accepted the money and said, "See you tomorrow, sir." I felt so invited. But with money. Today's when this phoenix soul soared into the blue skies of hope. I decided the moment I woke up, making up in clinch what he lacks in style. He was not going to eat me up if I strike a conversation with her. Being well mannered was her job description. Being myself just wouldn't do. Besides, there is no big deal in asking her a personal person's name. I had Shakespeare to endorse that. I will. Was the day mantra. I enjoyed the movie I saw, chomped up some more at Digga, laughed hard at the silliest of sitcoms, and in an uber confident mood, practiced up practiced pickup lines in front of the mirror. I enjoyed the familiar noise of the bhajan, was enthralled by one of super goal scored from distance, released the evening chirping, and even helped one of the ladies from the store with her shopping bags. This is it, I thought, as I went up the escalator. It was yet another slow weekday. My mal my palpitation checked up as I noticed her. She was not at the counter though. and occupied one of the table with a guy in his early 20s, deeply engrossed in a conversation. As I walked towards her, as if I almost on cue, I saw affectionated pulling his cheek. It was only when I reached the counter that she noticed me. Customer darling, she whispered to the guy, getting up in a rush. Hey, wait up, the guy insisted, catching her by her wrist. Oh no, she began to protest. I have to. Come on now. The guy was persistent. I'm sure he wouldn't mind giving us a minute. Would you, kid? Kid? That was my call. Oh, no, no. Carry on. I somehow mumbled. I wanted to look away. I didn't. I should have. I didn't. The cat kissed her on the cheek, and she responded by whispering something in his ear. See you soon, she said. Waving goodbye, she went behind the counter and adorned her position, giving me another of her well-practiced smile, and she asked, a paneer chili Frankie? I didn't know what to say. Somehow I managed a never mind and started walking out. Oh, I'm so sorry, she said apologetically behind me. Her voice dipped in a depression. It was Szechuan paneer, isn't it? I didn't spot it and followed a sleepy middle-aged couple out on their grocery shopping down the escalator. I rehearsed the event in my mind and tried to articulate what I felt being the unwilling witness. Was I said, no. That was not what it felt like. It was funny feeling. I cursed myself. Funny wouldn't do. Such words are what stupid people resort to. I did like her. Yes, sir. Most definitely I did. Or I did I? What was it that I felt for her? I stopped on my tracks as the word hit me between the eyes. Fascination. I turned and looked at one of the stained glass window of the Spencer Mall. As I captivated by her, by novelty she was. Like Da Vinci painting, like an amazing novel. I turned to look at the stained glass facade of the mall. She was my white tiger. She was my white tiger. So why did I turn back? Wasn't today one of the most confident days? Why should it be a was? What if she has a boyfriend? What was I hoping for anyways? Nothing. A happy voice rang inside me. I like the Frankie. I like the Frankie girl. So what is stopping me from having both of them just now? Nothing, came the reply again, even happier. I retraced my footsteps. There was no audible heartbeat this time, only pang of joys, of explicable ecstasy. I went to the counter and smiled. Hello, I said. Hi, sir, she replied, for one more surprise than rehearsed happiness. Name's Aurora, Nikhil Aurora. I'm the king of glitch. I smiled wider. She follows suit. Right, wait a second, man. I'm the king of clinch. I smiled wider. She followed suit, right, Nikhil? She said, and you will have some one Szechuan paneer Frankie. I shared the moment with her. That was right. Right way, Nikhil, she said. Please have a seat. Sure, I had said, and waited till she recalled me. And eventually called, she did. Nikhil, your Frankie is ready. Oh yes, thank you. I took the roll from her. By the way, there's something I have been meaning to tell you. Yes? She looked into my eyes and inquisitively I took in deep breath. Yes, I can. I love your smile, I said. Thank you, sir. She beamed gracefully, bowing her head a little. Oh, there is something I have been meaning to tell you. I stared at her. This was unexpected. Yes, tell me. My name's Roshni. She grinned, extended her hand forward. Wow, Roshni. I shook it. This time there was no long lasting tingling sensation, no desperate urge to smell the palm for residual fragrance. It was just warm handshake, the way it is meant to be. I went back to my building. All the football players had evaporated, but for one guy, Fatso was shooting against the wall and chasing the ball as it bounced back. I felt inclined to talk to him, but zeroed as procrastinating it. I socialized too much for a day already. As I walked toward the lobby, I heard, "Hey dude!" I turned around to see the fatso calling me. "That's," he said, pointing at the Frankie in my hand. "This was a paneer, in it?" "Yes," I said slowly, wondering what the guy was up to. "Then share it, no? Don't be so selfish. Don't be so selfish." He said and grabbed at it. I didn't mind it. Nothing about his tone was forceful. On the contrary, it was friendly. "By the way," he said, "these mosquitoes are परेशान करेंगे me." By the way, he said, his mouth full, "I'm Aditya, and you?" "Nikhil," I said, and extended a hand forward. "Good man, Aditya." Almost morning at the taste. This is good. I was amused. The guy was ravenously friendly. Somewhere, not far off, I saw a finger running towards us. God, that thing was skipping, almost bounding towards us. In excitement, Aditya recognized the figure, and his eyes lit up as the figure too gave a squeal of joy. "Dude," he said, and dropping the Frankie, hugged her. The girl was about my age, a few inches shorter than me, but extremely attractive. She hugged him back. "Oh my God, where have you been so far?" Where have you been for so many days? Awkwardness started flooding inside me again. Aditya noted my presence and quickly released her. Dude, he said, this is my cousin. Oh wow. When he not when he noticed the mess he created by dropping the Frankies. Oh shit, I dropped it, did I? Wait, I'm going to run and get one of each of you. Get one for each of you. Hang in there. Wouldn't be long. Well, the girl turned from sceptering Aditya to look at me. What's your name? Did you say? I didn't. I said almost reflexively. Did I? No. Let's try again. She chuckled. What's your name? I said Nikhil. I am Rosni, she said, extending her hand. My face brightened. Rosni, did you say? Yeah, why? Pleased to meet you. I beamed and offered my hand. She shook it. Was it tingling sensation I felt? So friend, it was the girl behind the counter, Omkar Khandekar. Hey friends, only 3 subscriber left. 120 होने वाला है. Do subscribe, support us. मस्त है Hey guys, let me suggest drink a water. Hey friends, 120 होने वाले हैं। जल्द से जल्द सब्सक्राइब का बटन दबाइए, 120 पूरे कीजिए। दिव्या के फैंस, हम सभी दिव्या के फैंस हैं, नो डाउट। मुकेश, दिव्या, अपराग, वैशाली, अर्जुन, all our champs, and we are big fans of them. Hit the subscribe button, friends. यहाँ पे दिव्या का जो बिशप है वो हैंग कर रहा है, आई थिंक। यू कैन सी द C3 ब्लैक बिशप। ये हैंग कर रहा है, अगर ये जाएगा तो इसका लॉस हो जाएगा। ये पॉन अगर जाता है जो कि है E6 E5 पर, E5 का जो पॉन अगर वो जाता है तो देखते हैं क्या ट्रबल बनता है। Hey friends, I hope you have hit the subscribe button. आप सभी जानते हैं बहुत ही स्मूथ है, आराम से दब जाता है। ऐसे बटन को दबाएंगे, एक पॉपअप जनरेट होगा आपका। हैप्पीनेस पॉपअप बोलते हैं उसको। जस्ट सब्सक्राइब and the be and be the part of our journey. Hey chess lovers, हमारी आपकी जोड़ी सिर्फ एक बटन दूर है। Do hit subscribe button and be the part of our journey. इसमें जो C3 है, दिव्य का पॉन, ये लटकता हुआ दिख रहा है। दिव्य का जो बिशप है, अभी तो उसने पॉन आगे बढ़ा दिया। ब्लैक का पॉन जो F5 पे आया है, ये भी जस्ट मैंने नोट किया है सनन ने। हे दोस्तों, जल्दी से 120 कर दो। 117 तो हो चुका है। Hit the subscribe button and make it 120. Be the part of CheckMate. तो मैं इसे इसको नाइट को डी नाइट को चलना चाहिए D6। नाइट D6 चलना चाहिए दिव्या को, आई थिंक। मेरे बिल्कुल टू टू ऑप्शन है। तो D3 करने से, D6 करने से नाइट को एक तो अटैक होगा आपका B7 पर, पॉन पर। Exactly she did what I said and what I assumption, जो हमने सोचा वही उसने किया। हमारे फेवरेट दिव्या ने किया है। ये मूव बेस्ट मूव है फिलहाल की कंडीशन में। और दूसरा हम यहाँ से F4 भी ले सकते हैं, डबल बेनिफिट है। Hey friends, it's about 120. Do help us, do support us, and hit the subscribe button. सब्सक्राइब बटन को दबाओ। जो जो आज चाहता है दिव्या जीते, वो सब्सक्राइब बटन जरूर दबाएगा। जो भी आज चाहता है कि दिव्या मैच जीते, उसकी सपोर्ट दिखाएं, उसके प्रति सपोर्ट दिखाएं। डू सब्सक्राइब। इसने अपना अब इसको इसका पॉन उठाना चाहिए जो कि है F4, सॉरी, हाँ F4 पॉन F4 उठाना चाहिए इसका रानी से। ये एक अच्छा ऑप्शन हो सकता है। Yes, he did. He made a move. Hmm. Okay, he's targeting, you know, he's targeting the pawn. Just pawn G2. Oh no, oh god. I think she did a blunder. She's targeting the one here. आई होप आपने सब्सक्राइब बटन हिट कर दिया है। Hey friends, do subscribe. ब्लैक बिशप राजा के छाती पर आ चुका है। दिव्या ने लास्ट मूव में ये ब्लू पोल छोड़ा था, जिस वजह से इसका बिशप रानी के पास तक पहुंचा है। सनन लेट्स सी होता क्या है। अभी तो बहुत मूव बाकी है दिव्या पे, बट अगला मूव क्या हो सकता है ये हाँ श्योर है। हाय निरंजन साहू। निरंजन साहू हाय। रानी को एक कदम पीछे लिया है। I don't know how much it will help. My name is Rajat. By the way, how are you, Niranjan? Sanan withdraw his bishop. वो कहते हैं ना चूहा बिल में वापस घुस गया, उस टाइप से। मुझे ऐसा लगता है दिव्या को C4 करना चाहिए। और शी डिड इट, शी डिड इट। गुड वन मैन। दो पॉइंट हैं अपना बिशप रखने के लिए, बट इतना सोचने का पॉइंट तो नहीं है कुछ भी। Hey guys, wait, I have a call, urgent call. अगली पार्ट में मिलते हैं स्ट्रीम के, तब तक के लिए सब्सक्राइब करें। थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग।